I've been letting this little AI recording device record me all week, and good news, we can now delegate remembering everything to one of these. But can we trust it? A little while ago, I reviewed the Plaud Note, an innovative AI recording device that really should have no business working as well as it does. I still use it most days as part of my everyday carry. It records meetings and calls and then sends me summaries and transcripts whenever I need them. Well, since releasing that device, Plaud have been busy working on developing their companion app, which we will need to talk about, along with their new wearable recorder, the NotePin. In this video, I'll show you what this thing can do. We'll talk about how it's different to the original Note, some of the cool things I've learned when I let it record me for a week, and of course, all the data and privacy angles that you need to know about. But first, let's take a look at the classic objection to wearable AI. Should this just be an app? Well, I've got to admit, when I first saw the news about Apple Intelligence, I instantly thought it would make all these types of things obsolete. I mean, you're telling me that I can just open up a new note on my phone, hit record, and my phone will transcribe and summarize whatever I want. Great. Well, it's great in theory, but the practice is very different. Apple Intelligence just isn't all that intelligent. At the time of making this video at least. It can transcribe, but to summarize, I need to first highlight all this text and then pick my summary. It's all just very clunky. With the Plaud NotePin, once it's paired to my phone, I just squeeze it to start recording and then squeeze it to stop. Then the app does its work like a good little magic genie. Feels a bit wrong to say this, but in this case, two devices are definitely better than one. Now, in terms of what you get in the box, there's the pin itself. By the way, this charges via a special little cradle using USB-C. A single charge lets you run it for 40 days on standby, or somehow about 20 hours of continuous recording. You also get in the box a nice braided charging cable and then a set of accessories that give you loads of options to wear this as you like. So you can wear it around your neck like a pendant, on your wrist like a watch, and I quite like this method because you can easily hide it away under a sleeve if you don't want to advertise that it's there. And then there's a super strong magnet with a clip so that you can clip this to a hat or a jacket, or even just slide off this little cover and then pass it under your clothes and just have it float there on top of whatever you're wearing. And if you want to record something, you just give it a squeeze in the middle here, the light will come on to show you that it's recording, and then you just record what you want and then squeeze it again to stop recording. When you're ready to do something with your recordings, you just open up the Plaud app and then transfer across those audios that you've taken using Bluetooth or Wi-Fi. You can then manage those recordings in the dedicated phone app or via their web service. Now, the app is actually really full-featured and it's come on a long way since I originally reviewed the Plaud Note earlier on this year. Once you've got your audios on here, you can listen back to them, trim them down, or even export the files, but mainly what you'll be doing here is hitting generate and then picking a template for the software to use to summarize whatever it hears. You'll see it can separate different speakers out for you, and the app now includes voice print recognition, so once a particular device is labeled as me, all future recordings will automatically identify me as me. There's an autopilot feature which will try and guess what kind of recording it is and apply a format, or if you want to pick your own, there are tons of templates to choose from. These include simple calls and meetings, and also things like lectures, interviews, and loads more. You can even produce your own by telling the software what to look for. I've been using the device to listen to podcasts when I'm playing them, and then I built my own podcast summary to run when it's finished so that I don't miss out on anything important. It's really helpful, especially for those really long podcast episodes that sometimes make your attention wander a bit. I'm even recording this right now so that I can use the transcript to write the YouTube description when I eventually upload it and break it down into different formats on other platforms like Threads. Now, I'm not going to go through all the uses I found within the last week, but I did want to highlight two things. Firstly, I took this with me to a conference and I was able to take recordings of all the speaker sessions as well as a bunch of conversations I had on the day, and it was just effortless to use and a really helpful way to consolidate everything that I heard. I wasn't even that close to the speakers on the day, but it still picked up their voices with no problem at all. Secondly, the use case that I really wasn't expecting was using this as a way to keep track of my own thoughts, almost like an audio journal. Now, I don't know about you, but if I'm honest, I talk to myself all the time. I rehearse ideas, I rehearse conversations, and I flesh out talking points for YouTube, and I very rarely have anywhere to put that stuff other than out into the world where it usually gets forgotten about very quickly. And this is where having a wearable comes in really handy. And you're probably wondering, well, why would you want something like this on you all day? Isn't it just easier to get your phone out and start recording? Let me show you this. Here I am walking along. I have a thought that I want to record. I get my phone out of my pocket. I have to unlock it. it, find my voice notes app, then start recording, and then I have to walk along like this until I've finished. Versus, here I am walking along, I need to record something, boop, recording, off I go. The lack of friction in the process of recording an idea or a conversation is genuinely a bit of a game changer. And I remembered all kinds of pretty good ideas that I would probably have forgotten. Next, let's take a look at how this differs from the original Plaud Note. And this is pretty simple. There are three major differences. Firstly, the shape and size. One is a card and the other is like a little capsule. Like a memory capsule, I guess. Both are incredibly portable, but this one snaps to your phone like a little wallet. On that note, the other difference is that the Plaud Note can record telephone conversations using a special mode that detects vibrations in your device. So you don't get that with the NotePin, although you do get all these other ways of attaching it to yourself. And then finally, in terms of price, the Plaud Note is $159, whereas the NotePin is $169. It's pretty close, but I guess you're paying the extra $10 to cover all the other accessories that you get. Now, while we're on the subject of price, we probably should also talk about subscription. I'm really not a fan of subscription models, so I was really happy to see that when you buy one of these devices, you get most of the features bundled in, and that includes 300 minutes of transcriptions every month, which is more than enough for most people, as well as access to things like the professional templates for summaries, labeling your speakers, and also the ability to import any audio, including stuff that wasn't recorded on the device, plus export all your transcripts and summaries via a variety of formats. Now, if you're a power user, you can pay a monthly fee to get 4 times as many transcription minutes, plus access to loads more templates, the ability to customize your own, and also the Ask AI feature, which lets you interrogate those summaries and the transcripts using natural language. So it's not a subscription model, but if you need even more than you get included in the price of the device, there's an optional extra. And I think that's pretty fair. So I know I normally keep it pretty light, but when it comes to AI and data privacy, this stuff is really important to me. So I wanted to make sure I'd ask lots of questions about this to the Plaud team before I made this review. First up, who owns that data? Now, Plaud told me that all the recordings remain entirely under the ownership of the user. So all your recordings are stored locally on the device until you choose to sync them up to your app. Once you've done this, and you'll be using the transcription service, when you request a transcription, that recording is uploaded to Google Cloud via a secure API for processing. This is all encrypted and your user information is anonymized during this whole process. The user then owns the resulting transcript and summary content, and neither Plaud nor Google have access to view any of your files, which remain your intellectual property. When it comes to using OpenAI features, all of this data is kept in a lockbox and is not used for teaching their open language models, so your content remains confidential with them too. And then finally, users in Europe will be happy to hear that Plaud are working towards meeting compliance with GDPR and also have a compliance program underway to work towards other commonly accepted requirements for data privacy and protection, such as ISO 27000. I should add, on a personal note, I used to run a company that was responsible for processing personal data on a daily basis, so I'm very sensitive and clued up on a lot of this stuff, and I've actually been really impressed with how this company have transparently handled the privacy side of the product. I've got no jokes to add there, it's just a really solid system if you're concerned about data security. And you should be. There we are, folks. All the power of ChatGPT and Claude AI in something that's smaller than my little finger. Pretty cool, eh? You can pre-order the NotePin today using my link in the description, and if you use my code, you'll also get a cheeky discount and free global shipping. If you've got any questions that I haven't covered here, just let me know in the comments, I'll be happy to help. And if you're interested in other ways you can use Apple Notes to make notes, there's a bunch of hidden tricks just in this video over here. See you next time.